Hello everyone, welcome back. I am doing the Q&A for you guys, and I am super excited to see what your guys' questions are. I have not looked at any, but I am pulling them up right now on my YouTube page. So let me get there real quick. And then of course at the end of the video, I will be announcing the giveaway winner for that video. So super excited to see what the questions are. Let's see. All right, let's get into it. So the one that I had you guys ask me questions on was hiding TTC from husband. So at the end of that, if you guys didn't know or watch it all the way through, I asked you guys to ask me questions, and then you guys will be entered in a giveaway for this video. So the first question is from Lauren Crasto. What is your favorite age range? Do you recommend a certain age gap between siblings? Okay, this is a very good question because my oldest is 9, my middle child is 4, and my youngest is 1. So my babies are all, their age gap is all like all over the place. They're 5 years apart and 4 years apart between the littlest ones. So I definitely would say it'd be better to have the babies closer in age, and that's why we're trying right now. My husband and I are trying right now because we definitely want our son to have someone close in age with him, especially because you don't want to have to start all over. I kind of regret that. Well, I wouldn't say regret it, but I kind of wish we would have tried sooner with our middle child because they do kind of have an age gap. They get along for the most part, but besides that, I do wish I had them a little bit closer in age, but I love that at the ages that they're at right now. They love to hang out and play with each other, but again, I would definitely like to have them 1 or 2 years apart, and that's why we're trying now. Hopefully it doesn't take us too long to get pregnant this time around, but super excited to see if we get pregnant this cycle. So that was from Lauren. Thank you so much for your question. Let's see. From Dory Rizos, which pregnancy was the best for you when it comes to symptoms? I would definitely say my son was the best when it came to symptoms, because with my girls, I feel like with them, I always had morning sickness. Like I was always throwing up. I remember with my oldest, I was always having to run to the bathroom and literally throw up. But when I did run to the bathroom and nothing would come up, it would just be like acid, I think, because it was all yellow, and I'm like, oh, it was just the craziest experience with my girls. I was always so nauseous. With my son, not so much. I feel like I had a really good experience with him, but it kind of varies. I feel like with the girls, it was on and off. With my son, I feel like I felt it in the beginning, but then it went away. It didn't stick around. So I would say my best pregnancy was my son. He kind of kept me on my feet. I was very active with him. I would always go on walks. I would always stay active here at home. I feel like with him, I was nesting the entire pregnancy because I was always cleaning. He definitely kept me on my feet. But I feel like that's more of a reason why, because I'm home. He kept me more active. With my 2 girls, I was working. So I was always sitting down. I was always at the computer. But yeah, my son was the best pregnancy for me. Thank you for that question. The next one is from Elizabeth Reyes. Do you manage your expectations when trying to conceive? I feel like I went over this in my video when I was at 6 months of trying. I'll link that down below. I have managed now that the months have gone on and nothing's happened, especially communicating that with my husband and being able to talk to him about it and open up a bit more. In the very beginning, I kind of was to myself. I kept it in a lot more, didn't really tell him what was going on, but then finally opening up to him, letting him know, how I felt that month or how I was feeling, helped me out a lot, especially with my expectations, because we thought we were going to get pregnant like this, and it just hasn't happened. So I feel like my expectations aren't that high right now. I feel like if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, we're happy with the 3 babies that we do have. But feeling hopeful, we're going to try for the year and see how that goes. After a year of trying, I'm sure I'm going to sit down with him and talk and see what he thinks. what we should do, look into different things, or continue to try or not continue to try. Honestly, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait until we get to that point, but my expectations aren't high right now. I am just pretty much in between with how I'm feeling with the babies, and yeah, so I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for that. And then let's see. Selena Gonzalez asks, other than tracking your ovulation, are you taking any supplements to help you trying to conceive? No, so I'm not really taking anything besides prenatal vitamins. I'm only taking prenatal vitamins at the moment. I haven't done anything different than that. I've heard a lot of people telling me to look into like Mucinex or like different types of other medications, or even like fertility gummies or fertility teas and stuff. But I feel like right now I just want to have my body clean and healthy right now and not go into that like medical stuff just yet, and try, naturally. So hoping that works for us. Thank you so much for that question. How do you gender sway is another question. So I am definitely going to link a video on that. Taylor Lippens asked that question. She said, how do you gender sway? So I will make a video for you guys on how we are gender swaying, because we are swaying for a baby boy. So I will create a video on that and let you guys know how. But I do have 2 other videos linked down. I'll link them down below on how we conceived our son and how we conceived our daughters and how we gender swayed with those. But I'll link those down below. I definitely do need to do an updated one because I feel like I've gotten this question a lot recently, because I did mention that we are gender swaying for our last baby. But thank you so much, Taylor, for that question. Whitney Collins asked, TTC is so hard. Do you feel like breastfeeding had an impact on fertility? My hormones are a mess when nursing all 4 of my little ones and always take a while to get back to normal. Yes, when I kind of glanced at this one, and definitely I do feel like breastfeeding affected my fertility in the very, very beginning, because I was weaning my son off of breastfeeding. So my period was like all over the place. Like there was days that I would get it, there was days that it would be short, like 2-3 days, there was days that it would be long, like 5 days. So I feel like in the very beginning, breastfeeding did impact my fertility with trying, especially because it's been taking so long. I feel like the first 3 months that we were trying, I was weaning my son off of my boob. So I feel like that kind of affected it in the very beginning as far as trying goes. So I would definitely recommend to completely get off, when you're done breastfeeding, completely be done breastfeeding and then start tracking your cycles and then try. That was my fault. I feel like we were trying while I was still breastfeeding and it wasn't working because my periods were on and off and they weren't regular like they should have been. So thank you so much, Whitney, for that question. Let's see. Michelle Ann Marie asked, wish you so much, baby dust. I've been trying for almost 2 years with 5 early losses. I feel like it's taking a toll on my relationship. How do you keep from letting the disappointment not consume you? So definitely with that question, I would say communication is key, especially between yourself and your partner. When you are communicating, your partner knows how you're feeling, what you're feeling at the moment when it's happening, especially after as well. I feel like a lot of emotions hit you once you're like, okay, I got a negative, let's move on, I just want my period to come already, So I feel like communication definitely between your partner is the best. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. Ever since I've opened it up to my husband about us trying, he's been so supportive. Lately, he asked me like how I'm feeling. Do I need anything? Does he need to go to the store for me and get me something to drink? You know what I mean? Like he's really been there for me and been very helpful around the house as well. Not letting me do so much around here because he just wants me to take it easy and relax. So I feel like that's part of keeping yourself and your spouse or your significant other in your little circle of trying is the best. Let's see. So thank you so much for that. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Melissa Gonzalez, I feel like you asked already a question, but here's another one. Can you please tell us any symptoms you feel days past ovulation? So sometimes I feel like I get a bit of cramping or tingling down there, especially on either side, like left or right. She said, I feel like I'm experiencing menstrual cycle symptoms a few days past ovulation. I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty early. It's pretty early for me to get my menstrual. I don't know. So I would say those symptoms can be a sign of implantation. I've heard a lot about that, like implantation. You get spotting, or you get that tingling feeling, or you get cramping. So it just depends. Yeah, it is too early to get your period that soon. But those are my symptoms pretty much. Like, I don't get my breasts aren't sore or anything. It's just pretty much a little bit of tingling down there. But I feel like everyone experiences that days past ovulation. Hope that answers your question. Thank you, Melissa. Let's see. Adriana asked, your positivity every cycle is so contagious. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. I'm 5 weeks and 4 days. We tried for 6 months, including a chemical pregnancy the cycle before. Oh my goodness. Before this pregnancy. Your videos really help motivate me. Oh, thank you. When you post the video crying in your car, I cried. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was just a very hard time for me. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. And she said, because I can relate so much, my question is, what's your self-care routine, if you have one, or what's a way that you've treated yourself? Ooh, this is such a good question. So my husband has been so good about asking me what I want, what I need, anything. So for self-care, honestly, sometimes I tell my husband, babe, I'm going to go to Target, watch all the kids. I walk around Target and just don't even shop. I just like to look at new things that have, look at sales. And if I do find something I like, I will purchase it. Like this necklace, I purchased it at Target, and it was just a cute necklace that I just bought recently. So I would say treating myself, I pretty much just go to Target. I like to go on walks with the kids. That's a way of self-care, especially with my little ones. I want to keep them involved in anything. I don't want them to feel left out, because this is a very hard topic, I would say, for me. Keeping my children in the loop for us helps me out a lot, because they're so happy. They're so happy children. So I'm so happy to keep them, with me. They always make me laugh. They're just so funny. And then, so like for self-care, another thing too is that my husband always tells me, like, hey, go get a facial, go get your nails done, go do anything for yourself. So usually that's when I take time away, go get a manicure or a pedicure. Sometimes I even get a facial. I think I'm due for another facial. I'm going to schedule another one, and I'll take you guys along with me, because my esthetician, she is so lovely and sweet, and she does a really, really good job. So that's pretty much what I do for self-care, pretty much taking time for myself out of my day. There are times when the kids are taking a nap that I do sometimes just binge watch on Netflix. I've been stuck on this series. It's called Call the Midwife. If you guys have not seen it, definitely recommend. It's all about pregnancy, trying different things that have gone on in the past. So I do recommend that, but that's what pretty much I've done for self-care, to treat myself. And every now and then I'll go to Starbucks too and get myself a drink. So thank you so much, Adriana, for that question. The next one is from Haley Sanders. Do you and your husband have a lot of siblings? I love the idea of a big family. My husband is an only child, and I have a stepbrother, so we have small families. Oh, this is cute. I'm excited to answer this. So let me see. Who do I answer first? So my husband, his dad has about, I want to say 4 or 5 siblings altogether. And his mom's side she only has 2, so 3 siblings altogether. And then my family, my dad's side, he has about, I want to say 16 or 17 siblings altogether, including him. And my mom has about 9 or 10 on her side. So the big part of the family is my side. We're Mexican. My family came from Mexico. And I would say I love big families. We grew up in big families. My siblings, I have 7 in total, including me. And which is crazy, but I have always loved big families. And I always tell my husband this too. I'm like, you know what? I will have 10 of your kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I don't know. I just feel like I've always wanted to be a mom ever since I was little. But yeah, I come from a big family. My husband, not so much, but I do come from a big family, and that's why I want another one. So this will be our fourth one if we do get pregnant. Thank you so much, Haley, for that question. That was such a cute question. Nobody's ever thought to ask that. Let's see. Dina Harb asked, how old are you now while trying, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind at all. I am 28. I will be 29 this year, which makes me so sad because I am close to getting to 30. My husband, he turns 30 this year, so I'm like, oh man, I don't know what I should do, if I should throw him a big party or what. But my husband does turn 30 this year, and then I'll be 30 next year. But turning 29 first this year in September. Kind of looking forward to it, kind of not, to still be in my 20s, but I feel like I'm pretty young. My doctor always said that it's good to have all your babies younger because you don't have complications when you're like in your late 30s or early 40s. So yeah, let's see the next question. Haley and fam, how would you feel if you got pregnant with multiple babies at one time? Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So I even told my husband, if we got pregnant, oh my gosh, I'd be so thankful for twins. If we have twins, then we're officially done. I feel like once we do have our fourth, I might want another. I don't know, I guess I'll have to wait and see how I feel around that time, but 4 is a good number. I feel like my husband thinks I'm crazy when I tell him that I want more than 4. But I feel like if I did get pregnant with multiple babies, I'd be so blessed and thankful because having more than one is always a blessing. I feel like it's just more to add to the little bunch and it's exciting. But yeah, I'd be so happy and shocked, honestly, if we got pregnant with multiple babies at one time. But that would be fun. I'd be so excited. Let's see. Another question is, how do you gender sway? And that question's from Hey. But again, I will record a video for that. Shanda C asks, have either of you tried taking supplements to help fertility? Since the older you are, the less fertile you are. Plus, egg quality start deteriorating and age. And these are supplements out there that can help with that. So again, we're not really taking supplements or anything to help fertility. I'm just taking my prenatal vitamins. But that's pretty much what we're doing so far. Like I mentioned in the previous question, we're pretty much just trying to keep it healthy, not trying to implement anything else like medication or anything for the first year. After that, we'll talk about, either going to see a specialist or doing something different. But for now, we are not taking anything to help fertility, if that helps answer your question. So that's pretty much all the questions for this video. Super excited. A lot of good questions that you guys asked. I'm surprised. Thank you guys all so much for those questions. So I am going to cut this video off. I am going to insert a clip of me choosing the winner for this giveaway. So I'm going to insert it now and I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so I just searched up, how do you pick a giveaway winner? So this name picker thing came up. I'm going to copy the link and paste it here. Let's see, where do we paste it? Okay, here we go. All right, get YouTube comments, filter duplicate names. Did it go? Okay, 19 of them came up. Now what? Number of winners, 1. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I paused the video because one of the babies walked in. But anywho, Michelle and Marie, you won. Congrats. Wishing you so much, baby does. I've been trying for almost 2 more years with 5 early losses. How do you keep from letting any disappointment not consume you? You are the winner. Let's see where you're at on here. Where are you? Oh, here you are. You are the lucky winner. You have 24 hours to get back to me. I will contact you as well, but you are the lucky winner for this giveaway. Go ahead and reach out to me. You won a $30 Amazon gift card. So excited, but I will get in contact with you. If I don't hear from you within the next 24 hours, I will be picking a different winner. Congrats! Alright, so that was pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one.